Live from the kbey studios in Marble Falls, it's the Coach Todd Dodge Show. 30 minutes of sports information on the Marble Falls Mustangs with the Mustangs head coach Todd Dodge. Reviews of previous games and this week's game to be heard exclusively on kbey 103.9. The Coach Todd Dodge Show is brought to you exclusively by Discount Beds and More. Now, your hosts, Jennifer Fierro and Ben Shields.
Thank you so much for joining us, not only on kbey 103.9, Texas Best Country, but also on Northland Channel 15. We're going until 7 o'clock this evening. And quite the win for the Mustangs Friday night as they now get ready for the Burnet Bulldogs, the big Burnet County showdown. It was a victory over Smithville, 69-25. Take us to the locker room afterwards, Coach. What was the feeling like?
Well, you know, as we talked about the week before, there were a lot of very disappointed football players when we were in LaGrange. We worked hard to go out and try to get victories, and it was a locker room that was filled with a whole lot of celebration. You know, the one thing that I want our players, you know, when we win football games, I want them to enjoy it, you know, and I want them to be able to, you know, show their emotion and show their, you know, to each other and to their families. And, you know, it's, you know, work hard during the week. And that's what it's all about, is getting that W on a Friday night. And so, you know, I didn't have a whole lot to say to them other than I was proud of them. And see you tomorrow morning, and then kind of turn them loose and let them go visit with their families a little bit.
As a coach, what is it like for you when you get a W?
Well, just like all of us, we're, you know, this is our livelihood. You know, this is what we chose to do. And, you know, when you're in the grind of football season that, you know, hundreds and thousands of coaches across the state of Texas are in right now, you know, everybody's putting in, you know, 70, 80-hour work weeks. And it sure feels good when you get one. And you don't ever take them for granted.
Coach, tell us about the air raid offense, putting up 69 points. Do you think there's room for y'all to score even more than that?
Well, you know, you don't go into a game saying we're going to score 69 points. You just go in, as you and I talked about earlier today, you go in and you really stay true to your goal board. You stay true to what your objectives are during a game, and really coach and teach to that. And we feel like, you know, the things that we're asking our players to do are conducive to winning football games. And, you know, from an offensive standpoint, you know, we racked up almost 600 yards of offense, scored 69 points and all that. But it was all a product of down in, down out, series in, series out is hitting on our goals. We have 11 offensive goals, and we hit 9 of them. And usually when you do that, you score a lot of points and you win the game.
Now, you put up 41 points in the second quarter. Is that a record for you?
I believe I can't put my finger on a game that we scored that many points ever in my coaching career in one quarter. I believe that's probably the most we've ever scored.
Like a video game.
Well, I tell you, it was one that you know, our young offensive line continued to play well. We were able to spread the ball around to a lot of different people. Our young quarterback is doing a nice job. He does as good a job early in a career for a young quarterback of taking the video work, taking the coaching in the video room and applying it to the field, as I've seen in a long time. He's a very intelligent football player. And Brennan is, you know, just the fun thing about him, he hadn't even scratched the surface. But the offensive line is where it started from.
Now, could you see Brennan's confidence grow from week 0 to now?
No doubt. There was, you know, he's a guy that doesn't get too high with his highs or too low with his lows. You know, he didn't play bad at all against LaGrange. I mean, his first start against, you know, one of the top 3A teams in the state, completed a lot of passes. We didn't hit, you know, as many explosives as we would have liked to, and so we were a bad percentage on explosives in the first game, and we were 100% in the second game. So that was something that a charge that I gave to him, and he improved.
Coach, we've spent a lot of time talking about the defense, and rightfully so. or the offense rather, and rightfully so. But also, you have to give a lot of credit to the defense in keeping them to 25 points, especially when you're playing the kind of quarterback and athletes that Smithville has.
Well, they had an outstanding athlete playing quarterback. Khalil McCathern is, he's a guy that I'm sure that people in Marble Falls will want to follow because he'll land somewhere at a Division I program as a safety. Really a neat kid. I got a chance to talk to him and wished him luck after the game. Very, very fine young man. So I wish all them all the luck in the world. But, yeah, he was explosive, and he got us a few times, as he did the week before. But, the one thing that we were able to do on defense, get off the field. We won third downs. We were able to play really good first down defense for the most part. The explosives that they had were cut down tremendously from the week before, where, we did everything we could with kicking game and field position, and we still didn't get it done. This last week we did. And so I'm really proud of the way that our defense bounced back. Yeah,
Keith Jerome, he had over 170 yards rushing. He got a lot of second effort yardage last Friday night.
Well, Keith is a very good football player. He's a three-tool guy, as I like to talk to him about. In football terms, he's a runner, he's a pass catcher, and a blocker, and he's got the body to do all three. But he's a really good football player, good athlete, and he is a load. He's absolutely his strength as a runner is being physical. He gets behind his pads, and he does a great job protecting the football.
And he gives you balance.
Absolutely. When we want to be able to take what they give us, whether it's run pass, but you dang sure better be able to, when somebody's giving you something, you better be able to make it hurt. And with the receivers that we have, and with KJ at running back, we're able to spread the ball around.
It is the Coach Todd Dodge Show here on kbey 103.9, Texas Best Country, and Northland Channel 15. We're just getting started this evening. It's brought to you by Discount Beds and More in Marble Falls on Highway 1431. Coming up, we've got highlights from this past Friday night's ball game. Also, we're going to talk about the big showdown against the Burnet Bulldogs. Stick around. We continue on kbey 103.9, Texas Best Country, and Northland Cable Channel 15. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Coach Dodge, a lot of explosive plays in that ball game, especially in the second quarter. Let's get right to the highlights. We go to the first quarter, and you guys get on the board first. Here's Wooten going through the air. On second down and short, Wooten has the ball. He's looking, quick pass left side. Buchanan trying to get a block from Coffee. Does. He's at the 10, the 5, looking for the end zone, and he's going to get in. Touchdown Mustangs. That's going to be Wooten to Buchanan on the quick pass, 19 yards.
And Zuri was lined up in the slot. Credit Ty Coffee for the big block there.
And he had one of your receivers downfield blocking, allowing Zuri to get loose.
Well, that's a situation where we've got run game on. We've got some games being played outside and being able to run the bubble and get the ball. Brennan did a nice job of making some decisions on numbers in the box and spitting the ball out on the perimeter. And Zurich put the ball on the money and got a great block by Ty. Ty did a nice job, a much better job blocking all night long, and that's really important. Him and Garrett Gray are huge for us on the perimeter blocking corners.
A big play by Smithville, and they're able to get on the board at 7-6. No scoring until we get to the second quarter, and this is when the fireworks really begin for the Stangs. Third down and short, handoff to Jerome up the middle. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, he stiff-arms a defender into the end zone. What a run for Keith. Jerome stiff-arming a defender for about 4 yards, goes in from 22 yards out. He will not be denied. That one's good. It's now 13-6 Mustangs.
Okay, so he would tell us, Ben, it was just delayed. The touchdown celebration was just delayed. Not even a full minute, probably a full 30 seconds.
He had a touchdown call back just a couple plays before from a penalty, but he would not give up. He said, let's try it again, and he gets in.
Yeah, very determined, on that. He had a unbelievable run on the one that got called back, which was not a very smart penalty on our part, and we had to make sure we took care of that on Monday. But KJ, 2 plays later is back in the end zone, and that was on that particular play. That was a heck of a matchup about the 5-yard line with him and Khalil McCathern, and KJ got the best of that one and got his way into the end zone.
The Mustangs, they go back to the air to get on the board again. Meanwhile, Wooten looking to throw deep downfield. That's Garrett Gray wide open at the 6. He's going to walk in for the Mustangs. That's 48 yards. Wooten going deep to Garrett Gray the second time they have connected this year, and it makes it 20-6. Marble Falls with 8:39 to play in the half. The Mustangs hitting deep. Hard to believe that Brennan's just a sophomore with that pass that he made downfield.
Well, that's what we're used to seeing Brennan do in practice is put the ball on the money and put the ball in stride. And he did a nice job. We did a little play action pass, got the safety to bite up and got Garrett in behind, and he hit him in stride, and that was great to see. And those two their chemistry is starting to get better and better every day. And really the chemistry with Brennan and all 4 of our wide receivers is pretty strong. After the first 2 days, had a great workout today, and you could see them having fun together and start to really gel.
Then Keith, he gets another touchdown run, that one from 1 yard out, and then the Mustangs, that made it 28-6, and then again going through the air, it's Wooten to Gray. Fake quick pass for Wooten looking for the end zone. That's going to be Gray, goes up for it in the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs. Second time they have connected this evening. That one from 20 yards out, and the Mustangs up 34-6. That's a one-play drive for Marble Falls, and the pass goes 20 yards in the air to Gray.
Okay, well then let's see if they can top that. That was exactly 7 seconds, a 7-second possession that went 20 yards. I think Garrett and the teammates are celebrating longer than the actual drive took to complete.
Didn't waste any time, Coach, to put some points there.
Well, that was something, that we always tell our players that when you go into a game on Friday night, you got to be result-oriented. You got to be coachable on the sideline. And our players, since I've been at Marble Falls, our guys on offense, our receivers, have been just about as good as I have been around in my coach career on being coachable on Friday night. Garrett Gray is one that really, Garrett and I don't talk a whole lot during the course of the week. Coach Poe coaches him and everything, but he's a great kid to have conversation with between series and getting to things. And, we've been running the little, what we call the bubble or the crawfish, and we put in a little, so we're just going to drop back, protect it, and we're going to give a little, fake of the crawfish, and then send Garrett down the sideline, and we were able to hit the thing, and something that we, kind of talked about on the sideline, and we were able to execute it.
And again, Keith, he continues his great night for Marble Falls. Second down and 4. Wooten gives it to Jerome. Jerome, the 20, bounces outside the 15, still up the 10, looking for the end zone. He's going to get in. Touchdown Mustangs, and that's going to be a run of 27 yards with 3:09 to go in the half. It's now 40-12. Marble Falls, Keith Jerome keeps it going for the Stangs. And so there would be 4 more touchdowns for Marble Falls to make the final 69-25. Even Jacob Smith able to get into the action, getting a touchdown pass to J.T. Watson, who had 9 catches for nearly 90 yards.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the way JT's playing. What a warrior. He's just a great little leader and just a good football player. And, him and Aiden both train on both sides of the ball. But as we've gotten started, Aiden Parnell's doing a tremendous job on defense and playing corner. And JT is filling the role on offense. And we know they basically kind of complement each other on each side of the ball. But in our first 2 games, it's been JT on offense and Aiden on defense, and that's working out good for us right now. Really proud of Jacob Smith. He's our backup quarterback, and really pleased that he got a chance to get in and get some time. And all of our players, that don't get to play sometimes in games, but everybody got to play the other night, and that was good to see. And the really neat thing is to watch the starters really celebrate the fact that some of our backups that work just as hard as anybody else get to play. And that was a neat thing to see on the sideline.
All right, that'll wrap up the highlights, and there were certainly a lot of them from Friday night, especially that second quarter. 41 points scored by the Mustangs. When we come back, we're going to look forward to the Burnet Bulldogs Friday night, the big rivalry ball game in Burnet. Should be lots of fun to talk about. It is brought to you by Discount Beds and More in Marble Falls.
Here's Ben Shields and Jennifer Fierro.
We do this every Tuesday evening at 6:30. We love doing it. That's a Coach Todd Dodge Show, brought to you by Discount Beds and More, not only right here on kbey 103.9, Texas Best Country, but also on Northland Channel 15. Okay, Coach, the Burnet Bulldogs, don't have to say a whole lot about this ball game. When you get 2 towns 14 miles apart, everything goes out the window.
it's a great thing for our kids in the two towns and for the towns. It's a nice high school rivalry. It's something that makes the experience of playing football in the great state of Texas really, really special. Most people, most schools have them. I think that everybody probably can remember back to their high school days on who the rival was, and so it's very healthy. It's good. This year, two very evenly matched teams. Burnet has got off to a hot start. They're 2-0 and beat Fredericksburg and then beat Rockdale, who's an impressive-looking football team. So they've got our full attention. They got quite a few players coming back from last year, and we're working hard to get ready for them.
Coach, obviously the big rivalry between Burnet and Marble Falls, probably a little more emotional for those of us who've lived here a long time. In the grand scheme of things, though, it is more of a pride game because it doesn't count towards the district standings, doesn't mean winning that game ensures a district championship or even a playoff berth. Well,
it's important to the coaching staff and the players because it's the next game. And obviously you don't try to throw a wet blanket on the fact that it's important to them because it is a rivalry, and that's good. And so I don't try to do that. But we're just looking to continue to get better, trying to win the football game, get another W, as Coach Jones and his bunch will be doing the same. The one thing we told our players earlier in the week is I don't doubt one bit that at 7:30 on Friday night that you're going to be ready to play, and I shouldn't have to say a whole lot before the game. But are you willing to put in the work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the preparation? Don't wish it away because Burnet is not the kind of football team that you can have a lack of preparation for and expect to just, okay, we're going to get real emotional at 7:30 on Friday night and then go win. You got to prepare. And this week so far we've done a nice job of doing that.
Last year, Marble Falls beat Burnet 51-34. Burnet has a third-year starting quarterback, Derek Kaiser. Halfley has a running back. What's the key to stopping Burnet's offense?
Well, they do a really nice job of getting in a lot of different hands. And it starts with Derek. He's an outstanding quarterback. Really does a nice job of being accurate. Does a nice job extending plays. They don't ask him to run a whole lot, but he is a good athlete and he can. And probably one of the best things he does is extend plays and a little bit. He reminds me a little bit of the quarterback from Bernie Champion from last year. Real good scrambler and will scramble to buy time. So that's a concern of ours. Halfley, tough, hard-nosed runner. Their number one play is the stretch, and he's going to stretch, and then try to put his foot in the ground and get north and south. And then they've got a nice little core of receivers that they've been productive. As they go into the year. I think Kaiser's thrown for near 600 yards right now, and they've been explosive on offense. And so it's one of those deals that the two offenses are probably the most similar. As far as us, they're more like us than the other two teams that we've played. And so hopefully that'll bode well for our defense as far as used to going against the spread offense.
The one thing that Kaiser hasn't done yet, Coach, is he has not thrown an interception. How important are takeaways in this contest?
In any game, you got to, what you want to do is you make sure you protect it. Don't give it away, and you need to get two or more. And usually in a game like this, those are going to be huge factors in who ends up winning the ball game. So it's a huge one, Jennifer.
Coach, the other thing that also sticks out for me, we spent a lot of time talking about their offense, but their defense led by Cody Hall. You and I had a chance to talk earlier. It sounds to me like you are very impressed with Cody Hall and what the Bulldog defense has been able to accomplish so far.
Well, what Derek Kaiser is to the offense, Cody Hall is to the defense. A very physical player, strong. They have gone, it looks like they have gone to a little bit more two platoon where they're playing more kids on just one side of the ball, not as playing as many on defense as they did last year. 44, the young man that moved from linebacker to nose guard's a very active player. We're very impressed with number one, Ayers, the cornerback. He's a guy that is kind of a veteran, as a DB, and but they play hard. That's probably the most impressive thing that as we see on video of their defense, they play extremely hard. Yeah.
And number 44 for Burnet is Hunter Thomas.
Yeah, Hunter Thomas. He's doing a nice job at nose guard.
It is the Coach Todd Dodge Show here on kbey 103.9, Texas Best Country, and Northland Channel 15. We'll wrap up the Coach Todd Dodge Show, which is brought to you by Discount Beds and More. It's a great Tuesday night. Thank you so much for tuning in, not only on kbey 103.9, but also Northland Channel 15. It is brought to you by Discount Beds and More, Marble Falls on Highway 1431. And something y'all do after each and every ball game, Coach, is you name the most productive players of the ball game.
Yeah, we have production charts. Our players, when we grade them, they get a certain number of points for different plays and things like that. And on defense, last week, Jason Lenore, our senior defensive end, was the most productive player on defense. And then on the offensive side of the ball was our sophomore quarterback, Brennan Wooten. And if the Mustang fans, if you're wondering what they've got, those little decals on their helmet, the little horseshoes on the helmet. That's what they get. They get on their helmet for production points, and then also for unit grades. Our defense on Friday night, we asked, our defense has achieved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 10 goals, and then our offense, as I said earlier, achieved 9 of 11 goals, and then our special teams hit on most of their goals. And our special teams player of the week again for the second week in a row was Zuri Buchanan.
To have him, one of your top offensive players, to also come on the special teams, how big is it to have that caliber of a player step up?
Well, right now, it's huge because he's a good football player and he's being productive for us in a lot of different ways. The fun thing about Zuri is he's a senior in high school, but he's a young football player, but he's a good athlete, and he just continues to get better in understanding the game, and kind of like Jason Lenore is also. But we've got Garrett back returning kicks. We've got JT Watson. We're using more offensive players on the kick return and giving our defensive players the rest that they need, and we've been productive so far. But I've been really pleased with our kickoff unit and our kickoff return unit.
And really can't talk about your punt unit because we really didn't use it last week.
No, we were fortunate. We didn't punt until with about a minute left to go in the game when we were just kind of running out the clock. And, we got that's the first time Tyler Ryan has punted all year. And Tyler did a nice job of getting the ball launched and getting it going.
Coach, I did want to ask you, because you and I, again, had a chance to pick your brain a little bit this morning. I wanted to talk to you about your philosophy on first down and the importance of that.
Well, the thing, if you take care of business on first down, if you're consistently – making 4 or 5 yards or better on first down, everything else falls into place. You see that goal board start to get filled up. You see your third down production go up. You see the number of plays that you run on offense go up. You see the number of plays on defense, which you want to be reduced. You want to keep your defense off the field and keep your offense on the field. So, the one thing is, I think that in football in general, coaching-wise, everybody knows what the important down is. Sometimes out in the world of analyzing, people are always talking about third down, third down. And that's important, don't get me wrong. But if you take care of business on first down, third down usually isn't a problem. On last Friday night, we were on third down production, we were 7 of 9. We had 9 third down, and we converted 7 for 78%. NFL says 33% is good. And so that was really good for us. But I look back at our call sheet, and our third downs, we never had more than a third, and 6 was the longest third down that we had to attempt. And so that's good. That means we're doing well on first down.
You've got sub-varsity ball games. How'd the JV do against Smithville?
JV won 22-0. And, boy, we were just really, really proud of those guys. We actually took about 10 of our freshmen from our freshman A team and joined them in because our freshmen, Smithville, ended up not having a freshman team, and so our freshmen did not play last week, but we added in about 10 of our freshmen, and they joined our JV and had a huge win over Smithville, and we're really proud of those young men. And, of course, all of our teams will be in action against Burnet. There's going to be a lot of football going on for Burnet County on Thursday night. We've got the freshmen and JV teams starting at 4:30 at Mustang Stadium. We got the 9th grade B teams playing at 4:30. We got the 9th grade A teams playing at 6 o'clock, and then we got the JVs playing at 7:30, and then over in Burnet, Jennifer, it's the 8th grade, correct?
I was thinking 7th grade there, 8th grade here at Pony.
All right, well, let me make sure I get that straight. 7th grade is going to be in Burnet on Thursday afternoon, and our 8th grade will be here at Marble Falls Middle School.
Now, that'll be the first games of the year, correct?
Yes, they don't play until 2 weeks after school starts. And so for the Burnet Bulldogs, 7th and 8th grade, and the Marble Falls Mustangs, this is going to be, they're going to tee it up. This will be the first time.
What a way to start the season off in a rivalry game like that.
Yeah, and last year it was boy, you talk about some heartbroken kids. We had that big rain, if y'all remember, on Thursday. I
do remember
and
that.
Every sub-varsity game that we had planned on Thursday, nobody played. JV didn't play. The 7th grade didn't play. The 8th grade, we had that big kind of a flood going on and everything, and so the only game played was the one on Friday night.
I don't think that's going to be a problem Thursday night, but let me knock on wood.
Yeah, let's knock on wood on that. I want these guys to get the chance to play.
All right, Coach. So, real quick about that, the 7th and 8th grade, just important how they develop and learn the basics of your program.
Oh, absolutely. We talked last week. Coach David Norwood and the staff over there are doing a tremendous job, and you can start to see it. When we have Mustang football camp and we're able, the young men start to speak the same language. This is the first freshman group that has come into Marble Falls High School in some time and actually been running the same offense and defense that the high school was running. They just had been starting over for so long. This freshman bunch now, ran our offense in 8th grade, and they're running it again in 9th grade. So that's how we want to build our program.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Look forward to the ball game Friday night. Should be a great night in Burnet County. We look forward to recapping it next Tuesday.
Absolutely. Y'all have a great weekend and enjoy it. Go Mustangs.
You too, Coach. That is the Coach Todd Dodge Show. We do this each and every Tuesday evening at 6:30. We invite you to come on in, and you can ask Coach your questions, too. Be sure you're here at 610. That's the K-Bay Studios at 1007 Avenue K. The Coach Todd Dodge Show has been brought to you by Discount Beds and More right here on K-Bay 103.9 and Northland Channel 15.